In this video, I want to show you exactly how to be profitable whether the stock is moving up, down, or trading sideways. And I do that simply by using my 5-step framework. So let's dive into the charts. SPY was sitting between two major levels. No clear direction, but here's how I still knew exactly where to get in. But first, let's identify these levels. All right, so here we are looking at SPY. And SPY was sitting in between the demand zone down here around the 764 area and the supply zone up here around the 767, right? So I try to use my 5-step framework, and I call it Chart Decoded. It's how I read the chart, how I read the market, and know when to actually take a trade that's worth taking. Not based on feeling, not based on someone else's call. Today, I want to walk you through that framework and what I saw in SPY, which is simply the S&P 500 ETF, and why I was still confident taking action, even with the price stuck between these two ranges. All right, so let's dive in. Step number one. I want to identify key levels, which we already did. This 764 down here to the downside, 767 to the upside. All right. The one's price actually respects is not random lines. So on SPY, I had a clear demand zone below and a clear supply zone above, right? So down here, this is clear. Like, look at this reaction. Look at this reaction over the course of the day. All right, so that's step one, identifying the key levels. Step two, I want to wait for either support or resistance to hold, depending on where the stock is traded at. I don't jump in the second it touches a level. I want to wait and see if the market actually respects that level. As you can see, that happened down here, right? So step number three, I want to confirm step number two, right? If support is holding, I want to confirm that with volume and price action. I want both of them to come into play. This is where a lot of traders get faked out. They see a movement and they just jump in blind. So basically, people will see this, or traders will see this, and just because we come down here, they think that we're going to automatically bounce. This honestly could have just traded down here for a while and then bounce. So everything is about timing. So you always want to confirm step two with step three, and that's learning about volume and price action, right? Step four, this is critical. Opening break range. This is where I have help with one simple tool, which is the Fibonacci retracement, and I want to see how far we can continue going or how far we will retrace back up. So that's step number four, right? And so I use the first 15 minutes of the day to find out how far we're going to go or how far we're going to retrace back up. So underneath all of that, every one of these steps uses this tool to just have confluence in the market, right? And so I like to wait for the golden pocket to come into play. That's this area right here. And so once that happens, I use that tool, and that's when I'm able to enter the trade with confidence based on the risk reward, right? So if I was playing downside and I didn't catch this initial move, I don't want to grab it right here. I would rather wait for a retest right here and then a rejection and play it down to this level. Same thing with the upside, right? I don't want to just grab it down here. This is where people just jump in, right? You can get lucky, but I would rather trade with confidence than luck. I would rather wait for it to respect this area again and either A, come down or get back above like it did here, and then where we're going to go. We're going to trade to this level. So you can see that's exactly what happened. So because I wasn't guessing which direction SPY would break, I didn't need to. The golden pocket told me exactly where the price was headed even before it got there. That's what let me spot the opportunity with confidence instead of waiting for a clean breakout where everyone else can see that at the same time. But if everyone else can see it, by then the move has already happened. It's really too late, right? So I would rather get in when I see it and have confidence, right? And have a high risk reward. This is the difference between having a system and a signal. A signal tells you what to do. A system tells you why. And once you see that why, you don't need anything else, right? So if you want to know how I go deep on exactly how I use the golden pocket and how everything works and the mechanics behind it and why it acts the way it acts, you can see right here how it's just reacting at this level, then you definitely want to have a look inside of Stock Options Society. It's my paid community. So if you're tired of just freezing at the buy, freezing at the hold, or freezing on the sell, you want to have an actual system instead of another signal to follow. The links below in the description. So if you're ready, I'm ready. I'm ready to help you one-on-one until you're extremely profitable. In order to do that, you definitely want to have access to my community. Hope you all have a good day.